better watch what I say.
Yeah, starting now.
Very quickly, this ship is a replica of a ship that was built in England in the year 1650, over 350 years ago. And in 1668, the original Nonsuch, that's the name of the ship, the Nonsuch, was sent from England across to North America into Hudson's Bay, way up north, to see if it was feasible to trade for furs with the First Nations people who lived around Hudson's Bay. Turned out to be very feasible. The First Nations were trading people. They had traded amongst themselves for thousands of years before Europeans ever came to North America. And they were happy to trade their furs for the manufactured things the Europeans brought. They brought with them metal tools and implements, pots and pans and hatchets and knives. They brought blankets and textiles. They brought some decorative things like beads. And so they were happy to trade. And the ship went back to England with lots and lots of fine beaver pelts. And it was beaver that they were after. Beaver was the most valuable fur in England and in Europe at that time. I'm moving up because I wanted to make sure I see you. And I've seen you before, so.
I'm trying to make sure my phone stays close to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, beaver was the most valuable fur in England and Europe because it was used to make some very expensive men's hats. It was all about men's fashion. All the rich men wanted to have a beaver hat. Only the rich could afford them. A laborer, thunderstorms happening.
I think we had
only the rich could afford them. A laborer would have had to work for 6 months to make enough money to buy one hat. So it was not a poor man's fashion, but for the rich guys, it was a status symbol. Hello, welcome, folks. You're very welcome to come aboard. You're going to need to wait just a few minutes. You can board with these folks if you want. Have you been here before?
No.
First time, same for all of these. I'm just telling everybody a short version of the story of this ship so you know what you're looking at. And I'll try to catch you up real quick. This is a replica of a ship built in England in 1650, and it was sent in 1668 from England to North America into Hudson's Bay in what's now northern Canada to see if it was possible to trade for furs with the First Nations people who lived there, and it was very possible, very successful trip. And just to jump forward, because those furs were so valuable and there were so many beavers in North America and the First Nations were such good trading partners, in England they decided to start a new company that we still have with us in Canada today. Pardon me, it's the sound of the storm is, I hope you can hear me. Part of our new gallery here is sound effects and lighting effects, so every so often there's a thunderstorm. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought.
You were skipping ahead.
Skipping ahead. The company, the company was founded in 1670. The Hudson's Bay Company, which, if you're familiar with that, is still a very well-to-do company. Amongst many other things, they are retailers. They have department stores in most cities in Canada. They're also into mining and oil and resource development and land development, a lot of things. The company is almost 350 years old. Back in 1968, when they were coming up to their 300th birthday, the company had this replica ship built to help them celebrate. And it was built not for a museum, it was built to sail. So this ship that's in here now actually sailed on the ocean and on the Great Lakes for 4 years. After 4 years of sailing, they brought it by truck here to Winnipeg, plopped it down right here in the middle of what was then a parking lot, and built the building around the ship. So that's how they got it in here, and it ain't going anyplace from here. Well, we're very happy to have it. It's a treasure. So I think you can, probably all of you can board now, but before you do, 2 rules, very important rules. The first rule has to do with conservation of this artifact. The ship is the largest artifact that the museum has, and we want to protect it. So while you're aboard, we ask you please not to touch the ropes and the sails. The reason for that is the oils and chemicals in our hands will make those things wear out. If everyone touches them, we don't want that. Second rule is for safety. While you're aboard, there are stairs that connect the upper level there, the main deck, and the lower level. They look like stairs, but they're really ladders, and I want you to treat them like ladders when you're going up and down. Going up forward, of course, but going down backwards like a ladder. So welcome aboard, and are you going aboard?